Yo, Shakers! We're here today with Vic Ahmed, the CEO and founder of Innovation Pavillion. Vic, thanks for joining the Handshakin Video Series.
My pleasure.
Shakers, we're here today with the Handshakin Shades. Make sure you pick up your free pair today by applying the Handshakin Pre-Accelerator, where we will help you launch your business. And Handshakin.com, get there. So Vic, to start us off, could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure, do I get to keep that pair?
You can keep it.
Okay, all right, cool. So I am an engineer by background, computer sciences and systems engineering from Washington University in St. Louis. 3 months out of college, quit my first job, start my first company.
And tell us about that first company.
So I'm originally from Pakistan. So after my undergrad education, graduating, I moved back to Pakistan. So I started working for this largest software house in the country, and I just figured that I knew everything I needed to know to start my own company.
Mm-hmm.
I was naive and what should I call it? Arrogant. Thought I knew everything that I needed to know right out of college because things had worked out for me in my past life. So basically a friend of mine approached me and said, hey, I'll do the hardware side of the business, you do the software side, why don't we start working? So I'm ready, I'll jump in. So I jumped in.
Nice.
Yes.
Executing at a young age. That's great. Now you said it in your younger years, which I definitely relate. You know, we know all of it. We're arrogant, but now didn't executing teach you so many valuable lessons at a younger age by going that route?
Oh my God! Oh my God! So it was. I really hadn't worked very hard ever in my life till I started my first company. I had floated through high school, floated through college, and done all right, and just never had to really work hard. Was having a good time, having a party like a lot of people in college, and now I started my own company. And I was fortunate that I got a whole bunch of business because the school I'd gone to, K through 12, a lot of the kids of the industrialists had gone to the same school from Pakistan. And they'd also returned from their education from the US and were all looking to computerize. And here was one of their best buddies, and I used to be pretty good at math in school, and I'd help out a whole bunch of them there also. So they had a lot of faith in me and confidence in me. So I got a whole bunch of work almost right away.
Nice.
And so which was great. But very quickly I discovered that I didn't know anything. And I was over my head. And here were some of my best friends who had confidence and faith in me and given me some very strategic projects, and here I was just bungling them. So that's the phase of my life I really started working hard. Worked around the clock, brought in some more experienced people, and fortunately my friends stuck it up with me, and over a period of years the projects worked out.
Very cool. And how did that conclude? How many years were you working on that company?
About 5 years, then I sold it.
Nice. And then what?
So after that I started another company in Pakistan, but this time the whole idea was to export software from Pakistan to the US, much like a lot of companies from India were already doing. Nobody had yet done it successfully on a significant scale from Pakistan. So I really spent a whole bunch of time studying the offshore software market, 3 specific models in particular that were dominant in those years. I'm talking about 87, 88. And the 3 dominant models at that time, one was from Ireland, one was from Israel, and one was from India. And the interesting thing was, at that time, India now is of course the Goliath in the business, but at that time India was doing the largest volume at the lowest dollar rate. Their rates were 20% of US rates. Ireland was about 60% of US rates. And their value proposition is, hey, we're the same kind of people, just live in another country, give us the work. India's value proposition was, hey, we can do it way cheaper, give the work to us. And then there was Israel. Their rates were 125%. So Israel's position was, hey, we're better than you. If you want us, you got to pay a premium. So after studying these models, I said I like the Israeli model best. Okay, I ain't going for the Indian model. So that's what I did. So I basically came to the US. I recruited a whole bunch of expatriate Pakistanis who had gone to Ivy League schools and now were working in Silicon Valley or New York and all that, but had a desire to come back to Pakistan, mainly because of our social structure there, that kids have to take care of aging parents. There is no social system there to take care of them. So as a child, it's your obligation to take care of your parents. And especially it falls usually on the sons. So basically there were a lot of people here who wanted to have the ability to come back, but there were no jobs that would keep their skills even current. So that's what I offered them. I said, listen, we'll work on state-of-the-art stuff, expert system, neural nets, object-oriented programming that was brand new then. I said, that we'll do. We won't do the COBOL stuff. We'll do that kind of stuff. But you come back. I can't give you US salaries, but I can give you a good salary for Pakistan. So I recruited about 15 or so people with those kind of credentials. And then when I started offering my services to the US market, they were blown away. Because when they picked up the phone and were talking to somebody who was probably more accomplished and smarter than them, okay, which was not what they were used to in offshore, arrangements. So the company just took off.
Nice.
So and then in that process, I moved to the U.S. and set up the U.S. operations and all that.
And now have you been here since?
Yeah. So I set up the operations here, and then I started another company, which I working with a whole group of people. We raised about $30 million for. It was called Vroom Technologies, and it was going really, really good until the bust came, and then had to be part of its burial. So after that I started. I became quite transactional. I would start a company, take it to a certain stage, and then hand it over to somebody else and move on to the next one.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
Well, now I want to hear, that's fascinating, and I want to hear more about Innovation Pavillion, and more recently in the past few years since we haven't caught up. But Shakers, first I just have to highlight a point that so many of our past guests have agreed with. Vic provided a value in every direction in his export company. He provided a value to, all the way from your team members to your clients to everyone involved. He found a way to give value in every direction. That's the entrepreneur's job.
I guess so. You have to make a win-win-win proposition.